Good day everyone. Today we'll be introducing the concept of ecosystem services and how coral reef provide them. Ecosystem services are simply the benefits of that human gain from nature. They are the ways ecosystems support life, protect us, and even enrich our societies. Coral reef, often called the rainforest of the sea, are one of the most valuable ecosystems of our planet. They provide four main categories of ecosystem services. First is the provisioning services. Coral reefs supply food through fisheries, supporting millions of people who rely on fish and other seafood for their diet and livelihoods. Second one is the regulating services. Reefs act like a natural barriers. They protect coastlines from storms, waves, and erosions, reducing damage to coastal communities. And the third one is cultural services. Beyond sources, coral reefs hold cultural and economic value. They attract tourism, diving, and recreation, which bring income and create jobs for many local communities. And the last one is supporting services. Perhaps most importantly, reefs provide habitats and nursery ground for countless marine species, helping to maintain marine biodiversity. So, when we look at coral reef, we don't just see beauty under the sea. We see food security, natural protection, and cultural identity, and foundation of marine life. Protecting them means protecting both people and nature for generations to come.
As you can see, ecosystem services are the essential benefits that humans derive from nature, supporting life, health, and well-being. So in marine ecosystems, these services are especially important as they provide food, protect coastlines, and sustain biodiversity. So for example, fish and seaweeds serve as vital food sources, while mangroves and seagrasses regulate coastal stability by reducing erosion, flooding, and storing carbon. So coral reefs not only support marine life but also contribute to tourism and cultural traditions, while plankton and seagrasses play a key role in nutrient cycling and oxygen production. So altogether, these services highlight the crucial role of marine ecosystems in human survival and environmental balance.
Good day everyone, I am Rihanna Janet Lumais Islao, and today I will be discussing to you the four major ecosystem services of the coral reefs. The four major ecosystem services of coral reefs are the provisioning services, regulating services, cultural services, and the supporting services. And now, first we will discuss the provisioning services. Provisioning services are the benefits that people directly obtain from nature like food, water, and materials. Coral reefs are very important because they provide fish and seafoods that millions of people around the world depends on for their daily meals. And in the Philippines, many coastal families rely on the fish reefs as their main protein sources. Corals also gave us medicines. Scientists have discovered compounds from reefs organisms that are used in treatments from cancer, HIV, and other diseases. This means coral reefs can serve or save lives through medical discoveries. Lastly, some reefs provide building materials and ornaments. So in the past, coral limestone was used in construction, and shells are still used for jewelry and crafts. So until now. In summary, coral reefs supply us with food, medicines, and materials, making them essential for survival and well-being. And next, we will be proceeding to the regulating services. Regulating services are the natural processes that keeps our environmental stable and safe. It means the important example of this is coastal protection. Coral reefs act like natural sea walls. So they absorb wave energy, reducing flood and protect communities from typhoons and erosions. So without reefs, many coastal towns would be more vulnerable in disasters. So coral reefs also help in water quality regulation. They recycle nutrients like nitrogen and carbon, which keeps the ocean healthy and balanced. And finally, coral reefs maintain fisheries stability by keeping Finally, coral reefs maintain fishery stability by keeping marine food webs in balance. Healthy reefs means more fish, which supports both ecosystem and people's livelihood. In conclusion, coral reefs protect our shores, clean our waters, and support marine lives. They are nature's shield for both people and planet. Next is the cultural services. Cultural services are the non-material benefits we get from ecosystem, such as enjoyment, learning, and inspiration. The coral reefs are a huge attraction for tourism and recreation. Activities like snorkeling, scuba diving, and island tour brings millions of visitors every year. This tourism provides jobs and incomes for local communities. Reefs are also important for educational and research. Many scientists and students study coral reefs to learn about biodiversity, climate change, and marine life. Lastly, coral reefs hold cultural and spiritual value for coastal communities. Reefs are part of traditions, festivals, and sometimes even sacred beliefs. So to summarize, coral reefs are not just ecological treasures but also source of joy, learning, and cultural identity for people around the world. Next, and the last one is the supporting services. Supporting services are the process that makes all other ecosystem services possible. So, coral reefs provides habitats and nursery for thousands of marine species. Fish, crabs, turtles, and many other depends on the reefs for shelter and breeding. They also plays a role in nutrient cycling. Corals are their symbiotic algae recycling nutrients, keeping the ocean ecosystem productive. Other example is primary production. Coral works together with tiny algae called zooxanthellae to produce energy through photosynthesis. This energy supports not only the corals but also the whole reef community. So in short, coral reefs are the foundation of marine biodiversity. Without them, many other ecosystem services will not exist.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Piolo Bandula Lerin, and in this juncture, we will be discussing our chosen services. One of the four main categories of ecosystem services, which is regulating services, and its benefit. So, first, what is regulating services? Regulating services are natural processes of ecosystem performed to maintain balance in environment. They control and regulate climate, water quality, erosion, pests and disease, ensuring stability of both ecosystem and human societies. So, what are the benefits of ecosystem services or regulating services? So, first, I will be showing to you our model of regulating services and its benefits. So here's the model. In coral reef ecosystem, regulating services play a vital role in sustaining reef health and providing protection to people. Reef regulates coastal condition by buffering wave energy, reducing erosion, and protecting shorelines from storms. They also maintain clear water through natural filtration, store carbon in their calcium carbonate structures, and support biodiversity that controls pests and diseases. So, for human well-being, These services ensure food security by sustaining fisheries, protect communities and infrastructures from natural hazards like storms and typhoons, and also support clean water and healthier environments, and maintain economic stability through tourism and coastal livelihoods. In short, regulating services keep coral reef ecosystem resilient and adaptive. In turn, safeguard human lives, livelihoods, and coastal environments. That's why we choose regulating services. And that's all. Thank you and good evening.
Regulating services are the one of the four main types of ecosystem services, which are the benefits of human receive from the nature. These services help regulate nature processes, maintaining the balance of ecosystem and creating the health of the environment, and support all the life including human. What are the regulating services? Regulating services are the benefits we receive from the nature regulations of ecosystem processes. They help control climate change, water flood, disease, air quality, and more. The example of the regulation services is the climate regulation. Forests have absorbed carbon dioxide, help to mitigate climate change. Air quality regulation. Trees and plants filter pollutant from the air. Water purification. Wetland and soil filter clean water. Pollination. Bees and other insects help pollinate crop and plants. Erosion control. Vegetation stabilize soil, reduce landslide and sedimentation. Pest and disease regulation. Natural predators keeps pest population in check. Flood control. Wetland and forests absorb excess water, rainwater. How regulating services support ecosystem? Maintaining ecosystem health. These services keeps ecosystem in balance. For example, natural predators help control herbivores population, preventing the overgrazing and supporting plants biodiversity. Supporting biodiversity, clean air, water, and stable climate help species thrive. Biodiversity and essential can adapt to change. Enhancing resilience by buffering ecosystem against extreme events like flood, drought, and storm. Regulating services increase resilience to environment stress. Enabling other ecosystem services. Regulating a flood and water, supporting services like nutrient cycling and natural services like recreation, spiritual value. Benefits to human and nature. Benefits: how it help improve public air, water, reduce disease, respiratory, stabilization carbon by forest, warming, infrastructure damage cost, food security, pollination, and pest control yields, biodiversity conservation, stable environment, support diverse species, ecosystem, diverse risk. The summary is regulating services. Regular services are essential for the functioning of ecosystem and human well-being by stabilizing natural system. They support life.
Discuss how these services interconnect and why protecting coral reef is critical. The services provided by coral reefs are deeply interconnected, creating a web of benefits that support marine life, human livelihoods, and the health of the planet. Coral reefs support biodiversity by providing habitat for thousands of marine species, many of which are vital for fisheries. These fisheries, in turn, support the food supply and incomes of millions of people, particularly in coastal communities. Healthy fish population also help maintain the balance of reef ecosystems or herbivorous fish, for example, prevent algae from overgrowing and suffocating corals. Reefs also play a key role in coastal protection. Their complex structures break the force of waves, reducing erosion and shielding coastal areas from storms and flooding. This is especially important for island nations and low-lying areas vulnerable to sea level rise. At the same time, coral reefs are major drivers of tourism, attracting visitors for snorkeling, diving, and recreation. This tourism generates billions in revenue, much of which supports local economies and can fund conservation. These services are not isolated. They depend on each other. Without healthy corals, fish population decline, tourism drops, and coastlines become more vulnerable to natural disasters. For example, in the Philippines, many coastal communities rely on reefs for both food and income. When reefs are damaged by bleaching or overfishing, the impacts of ripple through the community, affecting food security, jobs, and even safety from storms. Protecting coral reefs is critical not only for environmental reasons but also for economic and social stability. By preserving reef ecosystems, we're also protecting the services that billions of people depend on.
The second one is threats to coral reefs. However, coral reefs face serious threats today. Climate change causes coral bleaching, making corals weak and vulnerable. Pollutions such as plastic waste, sewage, and harmful chemicals damages reef structures and poisons marine life. Overfishing also reduces the balance of species that keeps the reef ecosystem healthy. These threats combined can lead to the destruction of coral reefs, which means losing not only marine biodiversity but also food security and protection for humans. And the last one is action for conservation. To conserve coral reefs, everyone must take action at a global level. Reducing carbon emissions can slow down climate change. Locally, we can prevent pollution by practicing proper waste management and avoiding harmful chemicals. Sustainable fishing practices should be also promoted to protect marine life. And as individual, we can raise awareness, support marine protected areas, and be responsible tourists when visiting reefs. By working together, we can ensure that these vital ecosystems are preserved for future generations.